thought we'd make just a short video on what we like about our van build and what we don't like. So basically what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah, so we've been living in the van now full-time for 4 months. So these are the top things that come to mind that are working and maybe we could have done differently.
All right, please.
So we really like that our bed is permanent. We don't have to set it up or break it down for living space. It's a full-size bed, Tempur-Pedic mattress, 8 inches. We built the frame high enough to where we could use storage underneath, but we could still sit up and not hit our heads. So we really like this area.
Yeah, Ruda likes the bed too.
Ruda likes the bed too much. We like that we have this privacy curtain here. Slides really easy on the tracks. Gives a little privacy if I get up early in the morning and or up late at night and Dave's sleeping. Or the toilet's down here, so sometimes you need privacy when you're using the toilet. Just shut this, slides back really quick. Super easy. One of the things I really like is when we designed this space for our fridge, we thought long and hard where we were going to put it, and we decided to put it up high so that I wouldn't have to bend over to get into it. So it's really easy to get something out. It's on heavy duty slides down here. It just slides right back in. Super easy. Put stuff away. There's not a lot of space here, so if I had to bend down to open it, that would have been very difficult. So that was a very good choice on our part. I really like the couch. It's super comfy. I can sit here, work on my laptop, look out the van door, look out this window. What I really like is that the window's open, and even further, the screen's open. And that makes it super easy for me to be stealthy photographing wildlife. They don't even know that I'm here. We've snuck up on some deer that way. So that's really nice. Get some ventilation. Go to the swivel chair. We had to wait 6 months for this swivel, and I'm glad we waited. We almost canceled our order several times. This is my favorite morning spot. Cup of coffee. Enjoying the morning heat from the sun. Highly suggest getting a swivel. Alright, so the plumbing. We really like that the plumbing is inside the van. Less chances of it freezing. We were in Wyoming and it was 4 degrees and it did not freeze. We like that our gray water does not have to be removed to empty. It's gravity fed hose. Put it into your RV dump. You don't have to remove that tank. We can see our water tank. We can see how much water we have or don't have. We like that. Right now we're at 14.5 gallons.
It holds 20 gallons.
20 gallon tank. We like that our pump is inside. The filter to the strainer to the pump is right here. So it's real easy to undo and clean that strainer. Everything's contained in a small area.
Okay, one of the things we'd do different if we could rebuild the van would be starting with the sink. Now this sink here is 16 inches long. It's about 10 inches wide and 7 or 8 inches deep. So we thought we were getting a big enough sink because it does fit like a 10-inch frying pan in, no problem. But after experiencing doing the dishes and trying to wash our hair, water ends up just going everywhere. So if we could do it again, I'd want to get the biggest sink that we could get, and maybe one that took the whole counter instead of just a part of it. So it makes a big mess. You know, I thought we'd get better at it, but it's just too small. It's just not wide enough. So I think maybe the area of the sink is more important than the depth of the sink.
Yeah, agree.
And the other thing we do differently is we probably get a swivel. We thought about getting a swivel for this, but it does raise the seat up, so that's why we didn't. But looking at it now, if we would have got a swivel for the seat, we could have swiveled around not put this arm here on the couch and extended our couch. Our couch is about 4 feet long, and we do like our couch, but why not use the extra space? If we could have swiveled the seat around, we would have had a 6.5 foot couch. So that would have been a good use of space.
Yeah, and another option is you can, someone suggested you could cut the seat down so it doesn't raise you up when you add the swivel. That's an option too, but...
Yep, that would have been nice to have that extra space.
Definitely.
All right, so moving on here.
I think the curtain.
Oh, the curtain, yeah. So we built the counter space over as far as we could, and we wanted as much counter space or cabinet space room as we could get. And what we did was we didn't leave enough room to put this curtain in. And we use this curtain all the time for basically insulating and also for stealth camping in town. And right now we can still use it, but it's difficult to slide across and back because it's pinned up against the cabinet. And we did, you know, obviously the cabinets first, and one of the very last things we did was the curtain. But if we could do it again, we'd probably leave at least an inch or two off.
Yeah, so the curtain could slide right in behind there. So like if you open that cabinet now, you have to move the curtain out of the way to get into it, and then move the curtain. Just a minor inconvenience.
All we needed was an inch, and it would have been better, but we didn't think about that at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm 5'10", and I can fit this way no problem, especially on my side or on my back. But I'm a stomach sleeper, so even though we have about 6 foot 2 inches worth of room, I wish I had a couple more inches for my arms, like when I sleep on my stomach. And to do that, I mean, we could have easily had put a window in, and that would have gained us 3 inches. We have about 3 inches of insulation in that wall.
Yeah, plus it'd give us ventilation.
Plus, I mean, we got ventilation. We have the ceiling fan right here, but just any extra ventilation is great, and it would have been nice to have a window to be able to look out up to.
Yeah, agreed.
And the other fail too is we actually have our heads on the passenger side, and if you think about it, probably the better side is to have it over on the driver's side. When you're parking on a street, you know, the van's always going to be higher on the driver's side. So we can sleep with our heads on this side, but you have the risk of bumping your head when you get up. And so just intend, you know, to put your head on the driver's side.
Yeah.
Be a smarter move.
We have slept on that side and sat up in the middle of the night and hit our head.
Yeah, do it all the time.
We don't do too much stealth camping, but if you are going to be stealth camping.
Yeah, we have done some, not that much, but it was an oversight for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I think our biggest fail on the whole van build was we went with an alcohol stove, and we thought we could get away from using propane, and we've had some bad experiences with the alcohol stove already, and we just made a video on that, and Carrie will link that video if you guys want to watch that. But I think we should have incorporated a propane system, went ahead and built the box, and put, you know, done it properly and made it so it had the vent hole going down, insulated it, and ran the hose, and had it all ready to use for our stove top. And we could also use it to heat water up, a hot water system. And we're going to end up doing that now, but now we got to think of where we're going to put the tank, you know, where we can safely put it, where we have room for it. Initially, if we would have just went with the idea of we're going to use propane, I think it would have been a better idea.
Yeah, realistically, we did not want to use propane, but I just don't see how you can get around it.
And now that we've been using propane instead of alcohol, it's really a good source of, you know, for cooking and heating. So we went through a lot of work not to use it, and I wish we would have.
Created more work for ourselves.
We did create a lot of work, and so now we're going to spend a whole day, you know, camped out at
Home Depot.
And we're going to build a propane system that works.
And figure out what we're going to get rid of in its place.
Yeah, and figure out where we're going to put the tank. All right, so those were the main things that worked and didn't work at all with our build. So I hope that may have helped.
Yeah, if you're just starting out and just doing your build, I think a couple of those things we should have did in the initial build would have made life a lot easier. There are lots of little tips and tricks that we like, and we'll have to do a more in-depth list of that. But for now, those are the top ones that are floating around.
So if you have anything that you've done on your build that really works for you, please let us know in the comments, because we're always looking at upgrading and continuing on with the build.
Yeah, if you have any great ideas on some of the things that we need to fix, that would be awesome too.
All right.